Welcome to the Bubba Army YouTube channel. The things that I get myself into, I don't even like.
What made you stop?
What? Give you what? Give me what you want.
What made you stop?
So, as you know, my best friend from Warsaw, Indiana, Larry Plummer, came down late Friday and went back Monday, and he stayed with me. Larry's my very best friend. I've known him since kindergarten. If anybody listens to the show, you know who Larry Plummer is. Mm-hmm. Larry Plummer's my all-time greatest friend from Warsaw, Indiana. I met him in my kindergarten year, and we've remained best friends all of our lives.
That's awesome.
He makes it down a couple times a year here, and I try to make it up to Warsaw to see him a couple times each year. So there was this Blitzer's this really cheap Allegiant flight that he found last minute out of Fort Wayne.
Yep.
And the hours of flight aren't necessarily optimal, but whatever. So he flies in late Friday. We go to Ocala. He stays with me late Friday night. Then goes to the track with me on Saturday, all day Saturday. Then we get back Sunday morning, watch football all Sunday afternoon. He sleeps in yesterday until after my Roger Stone show. I go pick him up. Then we go to my mom's house because he wanted to say hi to Janie Cakes because he was flying out yesterday, Blitz, like at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I had to have him at the St. Pete Clearwater Airport by like 3:45 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because even domestically, they want you there 2 hours early now. Did you know that?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, they've always kind of wanted that, but
yeah, but man, you could used to roll up like literally 45 minutes. If you're going through the gate 45 minutes, you'd be great. But now they want, and Larry's,
Well, don't forget with the Legion, there's no gate. You walk on the tarmac and up the stairs.
Yeah. And Larry is, you don't understand, Larry's super old school by the book, so like, you can bet he was there, 2 hours and 15 minutes early.
Of course.
Right. So we're driving there, and I drop off Larry, give him a big hug. It's literally just curbside Willie. And I got my F-150 with me, and I'm pulling out of the St. Pete Clearwater Airport. And there's a sidewalk on the right-hand side. It like goes by rental cars or something like that. And I see this chick. She's kind of tall. She's by about 35. She's all by herself. And she's literally has her hand old school hitchhiking. Literally. And I'm like, I passed her and I'm like, is she hitchhiking? And I go, so I hit my brakes. And there was no cars behind me. So I backed up and I rolled my window down and I said, "Are you hitchhiking?" And she goes, "Yes." And I go, "Well, where are you going?" And she says, "I'm going to Sarasota."
Me too, now.
No, I'm like, now mind you guys, it's 3:45 Blitz.
Oh,
and I have
that's halfway through 246.
Well, yeah, and so it's 3:45 and I just got my Moderna shot. And one of the side effects is, by the way, I had my whole weekend schedule was completely blown. I was staying up till 4 a.m, just a bunch of stuff. And yesterday, I needed to get back on my regimen. I needed to get to bed early. I needed to get on my 246. Because Blitz, my 246 had been blown for 4 days, and I got to get back on it. Right. I'm very much a creature of nature, or I'm a nature of
creature of habit.
Whatever. Yeah, I am a creature of nature.
I'm a nature creature,
or a nature of creature.
Lummy's a nature creature.
I'm
You're
a creature of habit.
habit.
I'm a creature of habit. I really am. I really, really am. And I think the older that I get, the more set on my ways and more creature of habit I become.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, like your parents.
Yeah. Shut up.
God. People become like their parents.
No, I literally was talking about this yesterday.
So I go to her. I say to her, "Do you know how dangerous it is for you to?" Now I've got my back window rolled down. She's in the back. She's not in yet. I go, "Do you know how dangerous it is? You got to be careful." I said, "I can't take you to Sarasota, but I can take you to the on-ramp that takes you to Sarasota." And she's like, "Well, that'd be real cool, man." Like she was like a hippie chick. Right. She had dark hair, but it looked like it hadn't been washed for a few days. And she had the sides of her hair kind of shaved. And she had a couple piercings, but she had good teeth. She had a great body, and she didn't have a bra on.
Was it kind of like a mullet you're describing?
Yeah, kind of.
She had a gun in her bag, though.
Well, I mean,
ready to rob you at any moment.
Blitz, don't think I didn't know where my gun was.
Yeah.
Because
modern day shootout.
No, but I had my gun in my center console. Like, Blitz, I'm only.
Okay.
I mean, she's in the back though. She could have put one right through me.
Right.
So, I tell her, I said, listen, I can get you to the highway that takes you to Sarasota, but I can't take you to Sarasota because I'm thinking, Blitz, I would like to take her to Sarasota, but. I'm not going to get back till 6 o'clock.
If you're lucky with all that traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm thinking, God, this will be the greatest content ever because she's kind of cute. She's kind of hippie. She's like, I'm like, so she gets in the back. So I'm driving down the road. I'm getting ready to pull out. I go, so don't you realize how dangerous? There's so many weirdos in this state. You need to be careful for real. And I said, what are you going to do when I drop you off at the ramp? And she's like, I'm just going to get on the highway and just, I know there's a big bridge. And I go, yeah, there's a big bridge and you can't walk across it. Like they won't let you walk across it. They will not because people jump. She's like, yeah, man, I heard people jumped off it and stuff. I'm like, so I'm like a little verklempt here. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, well, who are you going to see down in Sarasota? And she's like, I'm going to see a student of mine.
What?
I'm like, what do you mean a student? She goes, it's a female, and I'm going to see one of my students from 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm thinking, oh, man, I can't figure this out at all. What's going on here?
Is she a massage therapist?
I don't know. So I go, so you're going to Sarasota, or do you have a place to stay? She goes, yeah, my friend's got like a little beach, thing. It's a half a bedroom efficiency, and I got an air mattress. Like, and then she goes on and tells me that she's hitchhiked across America. Like, what's that sound? I thought I heard some glass or something falling. Lemmy, was that you? Was that you coughing, Lemmy?
No, I didn't cough.
I don't think anybody moved.
Oh, I'm hearing.
We're perplexed with your
I
story.
got this granola bitch in my head.
Yeah.
So then I tell her, so we're getting ready to pull left, and I figure I'm gonna drop her off right by the Home Shopping Club, Blitz, because. Or the Home Shopping Network, because there's a stoplight right there. She actually suggested it. She's like, if that's the ramp up there, man, let me off at this stoplight here, because that way somebody could just pull over. Like, she had the hitchhiking game down.
Sure, yeah. She's obviously done it before.
Yeah, and she's like, you don't want to be on the ramp, man, because sometimes the cops will get you on the ramp. I'm like, okay. So we're at the stoplight there, and I go, do you know that the biggest story in America right now is a girl named Gabby Patino, and she's from where you're going, near Sarasota, and she got killed by her fiance,
allegedly, that
was traveling around, kind of a hitchhiking kind of deal. She's like, well, man, usually everybody I get super cool. I could catch a good vibe for, like, she's telling me she could read people. Well, she probably could. She probably could. So she says, I checked Uber, but it was $109. From where she was going, from the St. Pete airport.
I'm sure.
All the way to Clearwater.
Was 109, and I'm assuming she's not got a lot of money on her. She didn't seem like she didn't seem like she was loaded. I mean, she's hitchhiking. How much money can you have, right? So as we were getting ready to pull over, I said, well, check Uber right now from this location, and what does it say? And it was $38. Now, I don't know how the Uber price went from 100 to 38
No kidding.
in 3 miles, but it did. Maybe if you're
It's
at
a
the
prime around
airport, they stick you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just because she was like now 3 miles from the airport, that probably lowered the price because she showed me on her phone. I go, so how much would it be to Uber, from here? And she's $38. I go, well, here. So I gave her $40. And I said, here, Uber. So she hit the Uber app when I dropped her off, and it said a guy was. Now, she could have very well put it in her pocket and got picked up by, Big Hands John down the road. I don't know. But she at least, Blitz, showed me what the Uber price was going to be and called for an Uber.
Okay.
Right there in front of Home Shopping Network.
That was responsible.
And I said, okay, well, listen, her name was Meredith. I go, Meredith, nice to meet you. And please be safe. There's a lot of weird people here that don't have good intentions. Look up Gabby Patino. That's exactly where you're going. and it's just bad. Hitchhiking. So that's my hitchhiking story.
Oh no.
I wish I would have had video of it. It would have been great.
I
but
know, even just a picture.
I
want to see this granola 8.
She was pretty hot, man.
Was there any in your mind that maybe it was like going to be kind of like a porno that you watched when you picked her up?
No. I mean, why do you got me doing pornos? I mean,
you know what I mean?
like if she
You picked
would've-
up some girl, and all of a sudden it'd be
Hold
like
on,
the girl from Tiger King.
Now listen, if she would have, I was being a complete gentleman. But if she would have, like if
Instead of
she,
rubbing your leg or something.
well, I mean, if she would have initiated something or like given me some type of indicator, I don't know where we would have gone.
I
would take her to the Keys. That's fine. Keys. I'm going to the Keys as well.
Because my apartment is from the Home Shopping Network is pretty far. Plus, I got Tyler that lives with me.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Hey, Tyler. Hey, Dad. What's the new girl? Oh, Tyler, she's a hitchhiker. Don't worry about it. I mean, I don't know that you can tell your son I'm bringing home a hitchhiker.
Oh, you just did. He works here.
Tyler, what would you have? Never mind. I'm not even going to turn your mic on. We're in fear of what might come out. I'm going to say, Tyler, what would you do if I brought home a hitchhiker? I don't necessarily know if I want his answer. It might be too real to the game, cousin.
Well, Daddy, let me tell you.
Let me tell you, Daddy, that ain't nothing different from the stripper you brought down a couple weeks ago, Daddy. For the record, Tyler, you have lived with me for well over a year and a half. Will you testify that I've never brought a stripper to the apartment?
Not a stripper, no.
No, because you always say they work at Walmart.
I don't know why girls at Walmart got high heels and glitter on their boobies.
She's a mortgage broker.
She's a